institutional investors do not reject funds because the strategy is weak. They disengage because the materials are difficult to underwrite. This usually happens quietly, early, and without feedback, long before a manager ever reaches a serious conversation. First-round institutional review is not a meeting. It is not feedback. It is an internal screening process where an allocator asks 3 questions. Can I understand this fund quickly? Can I explain it clearly to my investment committee? And can I see how returns are generated and where they could break? If those answers are unclear, the file usually stops moving. Most fund materials fail first-round review for the same structural reasons. First, unclear mandates, strategies described with buzzwords instead of concrete investment decisions, mandates that are too broad to underwrite or internally inconsistent. Second, return targets without return logic, numbers presented without a clear explanation of how value is actually created. Third, risk handled defensively, either minimized, generic, or treated as a compliance exercise rather than an investment reality. Fourth, differentiation framed like marketing, claims of uniqueness without underwriting relevance, features instead of advantages, track record without sufficient context. None of these issues mean the fund is bad. They mean the materials are not structured the way institutional investors evaluate risk and return. Institutional investors are not looking to be persuaded at first review. They are looking for interpretability. Clarity comes before conviction. Evidence comes before narrative. If materials do not support that process, investors disengage, not because they have decided no, but because they cannot decide yes efficiently. This is why the Investor Readiness Builder was created. The Investor Readiness Builder is a self-guided preparation tool designed to help fund managers structure their strategy and materials the way institutional investors actually underwrite, before fundraising begins, and before engaging a placement agent. Through a guided intake process, you work through the same questions institutional allocators care about: strategy clarity, return drivers, risk acknowledgement, differentiation, and LP fit, in the order they evaluate them, and for the reasons they matter. From your inputs, the system generates a private investor readiness pack. This includes a first-pass readiness snapshot across key underwriting dimensions, a ranked priority fix list highlighting gaps that weaken credibility, institutional style evidence requests typically required during diligence, a red flag radar surfacing common investment committee concerns, a structured draft narrative written in investment committee language, and working drafts of a pitch deck outline, teaser, and LP risk, and objection map, all delivered as editable, institutional-grade draft materials. The Investor Readiness Builder does not market your fund. It does not provide placement or fundraising advice, and it does not guarantee outcomes. It is a preparation tool designed to help your materials stand up to first-round institutional review. If you are preparing for an institutional race and want your materials to be clear, credible, and underwritable, you can use the Investor Readiness Builder now. Run the readiness check before fundraising begins.